To escape from debt collectors, the man hid inside the wardrobe of a wealthy family. There were 2 wardrobes in the bedroom, and the one he chose was never used, so it remained empty most of the time. The couple, being wealthy, never bothered to open it. As time passed, Nick became completely accustomed to this hidden life. He had started to see the wardrobe as his home. Whenever the family left, he would sneak out, scavenge for food, and enjoy the luxuries of the mansion. He thought he was living undetected. But one day, the lady of the house opened the other wardrobe and climbed inside. Nick froze in fear, thinking he had been caught, but instead of confronting him, she mentioned a man named George. From her ramblings, Nick learned that George had been a childhood friend of hers. The two had often played in the wardrobe together, but George had died in an accident. The lady mistook Nick for George's spirit, believing that he was helping her with housework, and acting as her emotional support. The next day, while Nick was doing chores, someone came to the house. Unable to hide in the wardrobe in time, he had to crouch behind the wall. It turned out that Xiao Mei, the family's young daughter, had skipped school and brought a male classmate home. Nick, terrified, held his breath, too afraid to make a sound. Then things took an unexpected turn. Xiao Mei led the boy straight into her bedroom, and soon Nick could hear the sounds of their heavy breathing. Nick knew exactly what they were doing, and he was furious. But as a mere intruder living in the wardrobe, he had no right to interfere. He wanted to stop them, but he had no authority in this house, so he chose to ignore it. That night, unable to sleep, Nick had come to see himself as a part of this family. He even began to think of Xiao Mei as his daughter, feeling the urge to protect her from going down the wrong path. After some deep thought, he came up with a bold plan. Later that night, after Xiao Mei had fallen asleep, Nick quietly entered her room, took her phone without waking her, and sent a message to the boy, asking him to meet at the house. The next day, once the family had left, Nick emerged from the wardrobe, intending to get some fresh air, but just as he opened the door, he ran into the neighbor, who greeted him. Nick, feeling uneasy, quickly retreated back inside. After waiting for a while, the boy arrived. Nick, disguised as Xiao Mei's father, greeted the boy, and invited him to sit down. He revealed that he knew about the boy's relationship with Xiao Mei, and warned him to stay away from her, or else there would be consequences. The boy, dismissing Nick's warning, mocked him. In a fit of rage, Nick grabbed the boy by the neck, and threatened to tell his father if he dared hurt Xiao Mei or demand money again. The boy, intimidated, promised to stay away from her. At that moment, Nick felt more like the head of the household than the actual man of the house. When the lady returned home that evening, she approached the wardrobe, and as usual, began talking to herself. To her, the wardrobe wasn't just a place for clothes, it was a sanctuary for her soul, a place where she could find solace. Nick, still inside the wardrobe, listened closely. He began to use the rhythm of her voice to comfort himself in his own strange way. It was as though, despite being in separate spaces, both of them were offering each other some form of solace. The next morning, Nick took the lady's mask from the drawer, and with a sense of longing, lay on her bed, inhaling the warmth left in the pillow. He imagined that he was hugging her, that they were somehow connected. However, the consequences of Nick's act